You're watching DaveCTV. Now here's your host, the voice, Dave Canning. It's you, it's me, it's DaveCTV. It's you, it's me, it's DaveCTV. Let's start the show.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is you, it is me, it is NRD, H to P, and JC. Because, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 52, we have an esteemed guest with us. We've been wanting on the broadcast for a very long time, hailing from the mean streets of Philadelphia. Please welcome to the broadcast our friend of the broadcast, Mr. Joe LemonHead Clegg. Joe, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we
Stop
have.
giving me dirty looks over there. God damn
it. we have acknowledged you, your presence, your contributions to the broadcast, the Brawler fan group, and we have finally brought you on. So I'm going to ask the first question that I've been wanting to ask for almost a year and a half. Why is your nickname LemonHead?
I have a very large head. I used to have really blonde hair when I was a kid. Like I shaved my head now, so I don't. But I had like Ric Flair blonde hair, and when I was little, my mom used to do the stupid little part to the side, and I looked like the dude on the LemonHeads box. So, LemonHead.
Okay, I can get behind that. LemonHead's very underrated candy. Just saying, for the record.
It's not a very good candy.
You're not a very good puppet.
Well, I'll see you later.
Bye. Do you like LemonHeads, or do you like? What are your thoughts on them?
I love LemonHeads, honestly.
They're very good.
Yeah.
It's up there with Jolly Rancher, I'd say. That's my
Jolly Ranchers.
Wow, that's a hot take. So Joe, you are obviously, a lot of people, as we said in the beginning, a big Roman Reigns fan. Why?
Just when the Shield came up, I spotted early on that he was going to be the guy. And when everybody, when he had that huge showing in the first Royal Rumble he entered, when he eliminated like 12 people, I was like, oh, he's going to be the next champ. And I was like, yeah, he will. And I called out the exact spots, how it was going to happen to all my buddies. Like, he's going to beat Brock, this, that, and the other. Like, he's going to win the Rumble next year, beat Brock, become the type. And they ended up pulling back with the Seth cash in. But I just stuck at the internet turned on him because it was cool to hate him. And I think the internet's douchebags.
As somebody who has a predominantly popular internet show, the internet is full of D-bags, and we are four of them coming to you weekly here on YouTube. But do you think so? I nominated Roman Reigns. I'll be the one that says it. When we had our nominations for the Herald Awards last week, I nominated Roman Reigns as the Wrestler of the Year. Do you think Kenny Omega was better, or would you say the Roman Reigns?
In no way, shape, or form was Kenny Omega better. I don't care how many belts he collected. Kenny Omega sucks. He can't wrestle, and he's horrible at promos. So I don't care what he did on the Indies and New Japan, because none of it counts. He's a self-taught, to borrow the phrase from Jim Cornette, he's a self-taught cosplay mud show asshole. And I just don't like him.
Do you like Jim? Oh, well, actually, hold on. Before we go any further, Harold, would you like to retort that? Because you did award Kenny Omega Male Wrestler of the Year last week on the Harold.
I did. And I got to tell you, I do agree with Joe when he says that Kenny Omega is a different Kenny Omega now than he was in New Japan. And I do have to agree. I love Kenny Omega, but his promo game has gotten so much worse than what it used to be. So I'll give you that, Joe. I'll agree with you a little bit. But I got to say, Roman Reigns comes from a famous family, the Wild Samoans, The Rock, Yokozuna, Umaga, Rikishi, and those Usos. He was the defensive captain of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. He had 12 sacks in his football career. He had no time on the independents, went straight to WWE developmental. And I agree, he was pushed as that guy. I like Roman Reigns a bit. He's got some skill. He's got some talent. His promo game, has gotten very, very good. I just get a little bit bored in his matches. But I understand your love and admiration for the Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns' athletic ability would allow him to do a lot more outside of the WWE system. Now, currently he's in WWE, so it's a very formulaic match style. So I do agree. Like sometimes it gets to be, oh, here he's going to hit the drive-by. Here's the Superman. Like it does. That's WWE programming. It is what it is. Kenny Omega in New Japan, a lot more of the gimmicky stuff he did, you know, the different costumes, the whole, like, it was cool. His promos were never that great, and they've just consistently gone way downhill. I thought adding Don Callis to the mix would be an interesting way to spice him up, and I was kind of excited about that because I like Callis. I always like the Jackal. But it just fell flat.
I understand.
I'm trying to find it so I can quote it right now, but I remember I think it may have been like 2019 or whatnot. But as Harold mentioned, Roman Reigns went to Georgia Tech, and it was like they were like starting to plant the seeds of the Goldberg Roman Reigns feud, and like Roman Reigns like, I'm the only top dog here, go Jackets and whatnot, and then Georgia like just smokes Georgia Tech during that game, and Goldberg goes, "Who's next?" with a retweet. I was like, beautifully timed, Bill. Way to represent the alumni right there.
And, you know, like Joe was saying, you know, Roman Reigns being a former Minnesota Viking and a former member of the Edmonton Eskimos, he does have an athletic ability that I do really agree is not being used properly in WWE. I think he is capable of some crazy, wild matches that I would love to see. Personally, I think Kenny Omega and Roman Reigns in a non-AEW, non-WWE, in just a match would be really, really cool to watch.
Do it on GCW.
In GCW, yeah.
Put Cardone in there too.
Baby. Bam.
Throw Cardone in there.
No.
Bam. Lindsay would love to see Matt Cardone in the ring with Kenny and Roman. Like, come on. I'm just saying. But so so Joe, if you could help me with this then. So obviously day one was supposed to be Brock and Roman. And now there's a rumor that they're going to do that at Mania. And I'm not excited about it because I've seen that 8 million times. Like, I don't think the Roman like character has gotten stale since he came back. Like, I think it's just been perfect the entire time. I haven't gotten bored once with it, except when he's had those Brock run-ins, because I've seen that so many times and I feel like they've tried to make it work, and I just didn't. Like, at the end of SummerSlam, I did not get excited that Brock Lesnar came out.
No, neither did I. I think what they're going for, though, is that now it's the roles are reversed. Roman's the heel. Lesnar's the good guy for the first time in I don't know how long. Has he ever been a good guy? He looks like a weird lumberjack now. It's kind of cool. Wouldn't be a bad brawler with that weird ponytail he's got going on. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not exactly happy about the match. I honestly think they were gearing up for Reigns versus Rock, and this is just they couldn't get Rock freed up from 9,000 movies.
I would lose my mind if we had Roman Reigns versus Dwayne the Rocky Johnson.
Now, see, here's the thing. They would not give the belt. They wouldn't have Rock beat Reigns, right? Like, how fantasy book how the title gets taken off Reigns eventually.
It would honestly, I don't think it would go Reigns dropping it to Rock, because that's the real crowning moment of him being the head of the table. It's going to be Braun Breaker.
Okay, I saw something on Cultaholic that had like something amazing in it. And so basically it was like everything that's going on right now. And then Rock wins the Royal Rumble. He comes in at number 30 in the same Rumble that Braun Breaker has like an amazing standout like Rumble himself. And then Rock beats Roman at Mania, holds belt up high, comes out the next night. He's like, but I'm not like gonna go back at Hollywood. I'm not gonna hide. I'm gonna defend the belt anytime, any place. And night after Mania, Braun Breaker comes out, wins the title from Rock, and you just shoot him to the moon. I can't do it right now. I'm sorry, Ryan.
Giving him the NXT belt this soon is kind of like strapping a rocket to his ass already.
I thought they were going to give it to him in Halloween Havoc, honestly. I didn't think they were going to wait this long. But,
well,
no,
I mean,
yes.
still, He's been in the business how long?
I think as long as we've been doing this show.
Yeah, like months, not years.
My question is, what the hell did Triple H do?
Triple H is going to.
They didn't like just eliminate like anything that he ever did. They sort of came in and fired all his people. Except for Shawn Michaels, I guess. But
like, I'm glad I've never met Triple H because I could lose my job at this point. Like,
they like kicked in like Cody Rhodes, like sledgehammer to throne style. Then they like kicked like the old X open when he came out or whatever, like smashed it or something. I don't watch. I mean, I haven't had a lot to add to this because I haven't watched WWE in like over a year. Really, I watched like clips times and stuff. But
I'll say this: I still watch NXT because I think NXT is still the best show of WWE's 3 shows. It is not as good as it used to be, obviously, but Braun Breaker gives me hope because like I'm just like, this dude, I want to watch him on TV because I mean, obviously I'm a 33-year-old man who grew up watching his uncle and his dad in their prime. Like I loved Scott Steiner's kid. I thought he was just like, you just see that on TV and you can't like not why like, how is this man this big? And then you find out he ran a Shoney's and I'm like, now I need to go to his Shoney's because I went to Shoney's as a kid. Shoney's is like a down south diner kind of place. It's like a southern Applebee's in a way, but not like as southern. It's like in the southern region, I feel like.
pretty sure Scott owns one too.
I don't know if he still owns. I feel like somebody said he sold it or he no longer runs it. But yeah.
Rick wishes me a happy birthday every year on LinkedIn.
Rick Steiner?
Yeah.
Whoa, get him on the show!
Yeah, can you send him an invite? Like, hey, Rick, we would love to have you.
Just go on LinkedIn. If you go on LinkedIn, he's a realtor in Atlanta.
Real estate agent.
And you send him a connection. He accepts pretty much everybody. You get a congratulations on work anniversaries and your birthday.
Whoa, remember when he used to bark?
Remember when he had that feud with Chucky? And you know what? They did a callback to that at Halloween Havoc. Like Chucky was in Braun Breaker's locker, and I thought it was hilarious. So
you think we would ever get
the Steiners is gonna like because I wasn't like the WWE and Steiners on like really really bad terms.
Scott is because he is called he called like Stephanie the C, where he's like, "What do you think of Stephanie McMahon?" He's like, "Oh, I'd have beep."
Get him in the Hall of Fame.
I think Scott's on bad terms with pretty much everyone Scott's ever met. So
I walked by him at WrestleCon in 2019, and I was very intimidated. Like, there's few people like I've met I've been lucky to meet a lot of like wrestlers and whatnot. We've joked about before the passing of New Jack. Like, oh, do you think we could get him on? I've said I would literally be terrified to talk to him because of what I think he could actually do. And the same thing I think goes with Scott Steiner. I would legitimately be intimidated to go up and meet him. I'm like, like we walked by and I just went, nope.
I'd love to go up to him with the puppet, with me, Harold, and be like, hey, Scott Steiner, look at your muscles, and just start poking him.
And he just flings Harold across the room.
Hey, didn't you get chopped by Darby in Poughkeepsie?
Yes, I did. And that is no joke. That hurt. Like, imagine if Scott Steiner hit you. Boom. Oh. But like, it's funny though, because I was thinking about it last night when I watched Hard to Kill, when Ian Riccaboni called the Ring of Honor match on there. And Scott, and he told this story about like how I think it was All In.
I legitimately thought TNA had a pay-per-view called Hard to Kill. I didn't watch it. I thought you were talking about the Steven Seagal movie.
No, not that. But no, so I'm thinking of the story where Ian Riccaboni talked about how his son was like having a temper tantrum and whatnot at All In, and Scott Steiner like walks in and is like, "Why are you making that face?" And like, apparently Scott Steiner is great with children, according to Ian Riccaboni. You would not think so, but Scott Steiner is the kid whisperer.
I would have imagined would be on his resume.
What's that, Ryan?
Oh, nothing. I was thinking the big bad booty babysitter, like that.
Yeah.
Big bad booty babysitter. I think if you Google that, something other than wrestling will come up. But
that sounds dirty.
Let's just bring that up. Why not? Let's just take a gander
Break the puppet's eyes.
Are you looking? No, Dave. Don't look. Don't do it, Dave. Don't do it.
I'll do whatever I want.
Malware. But I would really I would love to see an OG Steiner Brothers 2-pack of brawlers.
Yes.
Scott with his long hair and Rick with his headgear on. Go.
They already did one Scott Steiner, so you would think that they could probably.
Yeah.
I hate that Scott Steiner.
Yeah, that's not the Scott Steiner. Like,
TNA,
but he
like-
started getting
Impact.
Yeah,
It's more Impact Steiner in my mind.
it is.
I
That's
want the
definitely Impact
hunks
Steiner. You want the what?
when they were hunks, when Scott Steiner was a dreamboat.
You go tell Scott Steiner right now that he's not a hunk. Okay.
I can't do that because I'm on my phone and I can't tweet while I'm zooming.
I would want like 90s style, like long brown hair, Scott Steiner.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, with those Lisa Frank style singlets. Like, that is also what has gotten Braun Breaker over with me. He's got the Lisa Frank style singlets. Although Tuesday he just wore that plain black thing. I know that was more of an homage to his dad and like what he wore in WCW, but still, I love me some Lisa Frank style.
I really hated the name at first, but then I found out it was his choice. Like he picked it.
Yeah.
It just
Although-
seemed like such a Vince. Oh, we're gonna add an extra K to Breaker.
Yeah, seriously. I'm
And we're gonna
surprised
call
it's
him
not
LeBron because
3 kids.
LeBron is so topical. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, for real. Like, yeah, they love those alliteration names. And then I'm like, but the narcissist in me, like, I was just thinking, like, oh, great. So when they call him up to the main roster, please welcome Braun. That's it. That's his name. I'm like, it's gonna be terrible.
That's why they got rid of Braun Strowman. It's gonna happen, right? Braun's, yeah.
Only room for one Braun.
By the way, my local indie fed is blowing up right now because I didn't think of it at the time, but apparently it's a bigger deal than I gave it credit for. But Northeast Wrestling is reuniting the Wyatt family in 3 weeks at WrestleFest 26. It is going to be Adam Scherr, aka Braun Strowman, and Eric Redbeard, aka Eric Rowan, fighting Enzo and Bully Ray.
Nice.
I hope Adam Scherr
I would go
shucks
with that.
Enzo
Definitely.
20 aisles deep. Okay.
Team of loudmouth Italian guys.
Well, I think
I
it's
don't
just-
like Bully Ray.
I'm indifferent on Bully Ray. I met him at Stan's before a Yankee playoff game a few years back. Nice guy. I'll give him that. But I don't get the appeal of Enzo. I just don't get it.
Bada boom! Realest boy in the room.
I think Enzo's funny.
But it's weird because he's
Time
so
in like
babyface.
1997.
He's so babyface in his meet and greets, and then he's an absolute prick, like doing his promos and whatnot. Like
I met Enzo once.
Did you take a shower afterward?
We were at a WWE house show in Poughkeepsie, New York, and he was there, and I was right by the ramp, and I said, "Hey, Enzo," and he looked at me, and I said, "I'm from New Jersey too," and he just flipped me the bird and kept walking.
Poor bastard.
What a jerk! I loved it.
But yeah, so Northeast Wrestling WrestleFest 26 tickets still available. Gio Galvano will be there. I will be there. Margaret will be there. Kathleen will be there.
Now I might have to go.
You should
My
come
favorite
up.
Canning will be there.
The seat next to me is available, Joe. Just saying. Just saying.
It's available because I can't go.
No one's bought it yet. No one's bought it yet.
Hey, Dave, might that be the last, or actually, what's Kathleen's last name? Is it C?
No.
Never mind. I thought it was gonna be the last of the 3 C's before Margaret gets married. Okay.
No.
We
The
still
3
got it.
C's will always be right here on this show, baby. Canning, Crossley, and Carpenter.
Joe's an honorary member.
Yeah, there you go. The 4 C's.
It's
I
me,
get
Harold Duck Cuppet.
Harold and Tom literally have no C's in their name.
Nope.
So you're out. I'm sorry. For that reason, I'm out.
Okay, bye.
Um,
picking me up
Carlos
the show,
next
man.
week.
Carlos El Puppet.
Hold on.
Oh God. Oh boy. What have I done? What have I done? I'm so sorry, everyone, that I'm about to offend here. Oh geez. So Joe, what else do you want to talk about in the wrestling world? How'd you get into micro brawlers?
There we go.
I don't even really remember. I was listening to Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, and
thought
I
he was gonna
think it
say
was around
this.
the time the Chelsea one came out. Yeah, let's piss off the rest of the group here.
Hey, we like.
I was listening to. I was always a big Hawkins fan, so.
What are you laughing at? It's me, Carlos, the luchador, puppet. My mask is spinning when I talk.
It's like Exorcist. That's it.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh my God.
So
It was around the time
Ugh.
the first Chelsea Brawler came out. They were talking about it on there. I remember looking them up. Oh, these things are kind of cool. I didn't think about it for months. And then I had one too many Yinglings one night, and I bought Raven and Tommy Dreamer on eBay for like $20, and I got hooked. Before they even showed up, I think I had like 6 more on the way.
I think that's how it happens. I think I have 4 in the wings right now.
I just ordered 4 off of somebody.
Scott M. Thrash, best name in the biz.
He's a good guy to do business with.
He is a great guy to do business with. I don't know if his brawlers are still for sale, but if you need some at a fair
Just
price,
posted some earlier.
Yep.
I just bought some while I was waiting for Dave to get the link ready.
See, spent a few Herald bucks there.
I got just a little bit of money.
So, oh, please go ahead, Ryan.
And I was just wondering, have you met the major guys since you've been listening to the pod a while?
I've met Brian in person. That's it.
Okay.
When the 5-pack brawlers came out, when they got them in person, he had them signed at his gimmick table in Wrestle Pro at Rahway.
Oh,
So
I remember you.
I drove up there, and yeah, I think
Did
I
you
ended
go
up buying
just to get the brawlers and then left?
Well, no, I stayed. I wanted to see the show. I was
Oh,
thinking about
that's
going
where
to the
I'm
show
from.
anyway. I was thinking about going to the show, but like it was an hour and a half from me. I was like, well, Brian's Brawler is there for like $35-$40 signed. So yeah, I'm going to the show.
There you go.
WrestlePro does do a very good job too.
Yeah, I had a great time at the show. And I think I bought like 5 or 6 of them that night. I was just giving them cost plus shipping to people in the groups.
I remember that.
I'm a nice guy.
So speaking of major brawlers, you are one of the lucky few, other than future friend of the show, Uncle Tony, to get your hands on the elusive wedding brawlers. Has Ryan asked to buy them from you yet?
No, he actually has not. He told me that I think if I was ever in the market to get rid of them, to let him know. And that was about it.
You could get Double J some new textbooks for college when the day comes. Just saying.
Well, he's 2, so I don't really need to worry about that right now.
It's going to happen eventually.
Well, supposedly there's them dropping. I heard the remainder of them.
Yeah, well, I know Smart Mark walked out with like 6. He's been selling them on the low, and
Scandal.
Yeah, I'm not going to say much more about that.
You got to think that the price
his choice what he does with them. Yeah, I mean, I got them. I can go get them in the other room. The match signed. So now I need to meet Chelsea because I need to get the Chelsea sign to match the mat.
Because I've noticed a few other people who've been lucky enough to get the brawlers by winning them, not having bought them from another person yet. Yeah. They've like offered up Matt's brawler for sale, but not the Chelsea brawler. I'm like, why are you doing that? It's the weirdest thing. Like, who wants half of a set? It's like when I jokingly said, like, by the way, guys, bought the Nasty Boys brawlers, selling Brian Knobs if anybody needs them. Like, it's weird.
Here's a thing that I've noticed, and this might offend some folks. There's a weird group of the brawler guys. Oh, we need more women brawlers. We need more women figures. We need that. Have you ever met a real woman? Is my question to those guys, because you need more women this big, but you can't find one like 5 foot tall.
Oh my gosh.
And to be honest, I don't think that a lot of the women micro brawlers come out that well.
No, that's
some of them do, but not
who's the best. right now, who's the best woman micro brawler? I actually think it's the new mold Chelsea.
I was gonna say the one. I mean, I haven't seen. I think the wedding one and the hot mess one that they just came out. I think it's essentially the same. Yeah. So I was gonna say it's
just different
either
deck.
her.
Yeah,
That
I
Luna
actually think
Vachon,
that
the Luna Vachon came out very well.
The Luna's
I'd say.
good.
yeah, Luna looks good. Luna looks really good.
Gail Kim,
Vicky
like,
Guerrero, I guess,
can't give him
but I
things
mean that also looks like Margaret. So
I like Taya's.
The Candace kind of sucks. Ty is not. Yeah, I do like the Taya.
Yeah.
Mandy
Randy
Leon, I
doesn't
don't even
look
know who
very
she
great.
is. I don't care. But I don't know. It's
the Madison Rain was not good. I'm sorry.
with the
Sorry,
Angelina
I wasn't a
Jolie.
fan of how that came
Had
out.
A huge sale the other day where it was like it came out to like $12 for like the brawler and stuff. And even then I was like, I don't know if I can get this Angelina Love brawler. It's just, if you took her name off of it, you wouldn't even know who it was. It would just be like,
and that's coming from the former 100% guy.
Yeah.
and I'm sure
I
I'll
don't
buy
even want to buy this.
it.
Are you
Camille looks
100%,
pretty
Joe?
good.
I have no interest in being 100%
It's
because
too
I don't
much
know
work.
who half of them NJPW guys are. Like, I don't need to have Tomohiro Ishii sitting on my shelf when I've seen 2 matches of his and I don't remember them really.
I forget which one it is. Maybe it's Boshi. I can't remember which one it is. But one of them I keep thinking is Alex Shelley because he's got like the little eye paint.
Yeah.
He's doing something with his
Taiji
hands.
Ishimori.
Taji Ishimori.
Oh, okay,
I just
there you
bought
go.
that one.
Not that I'm trying to offend anyone. I just don't know what anyone looks like, but yeah, there's just so many brawlers. And especially if you look at the secondary market, I keep saying like Kurt Angle and British Bulldog are like my new white whales, and I'll never have either of them. And Kurt Angle has stayed at that $100+ asking price. Like all the other ones I feel like have come down, but Kurt has stayed the same throughout. So
Stayed, Owen has stayed. They're limited to what 150 they were.
I'm about to say, those are
Kurt
like-
was one. Kurt was one. I feel like there was less Owens than there were Kurt's.
I think they were both 150, and the first Shiki Baby was 150.
Yeah. Madison Rain was 100, I think.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Nash was 300. I want to say 300 that range.
350. It was 350
Yeah.
for the actual Nash.
Yeah, 300
The
for the
Shredder
Kevin
was always
Nash.
great.
Yeah, and then I think Nasty Boys was 300. So yeah, they haven't really done a super limited.
Nasty's took a while to sell out.
They did. I was very shocked because I was at work. That was the first brawlers I bought when I got my new job over the summer. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to kind of like hide. I don't want these people like think like, oh man, why is this guy panicking on his laptop right now? Shouldn't he be working? And then I was like, just casually went on. Got it. They're still available when I'm leaving? What the heck? So new
And
brawlers.
those look really good.
They did come out very good.
You know what? They just keep coming because
Yes. Tomorrow, by the
tomorrow,
time this airs.
while you're watching this on Wednesday, there's going to be the big name drop. Anybody got speculation?
Yano.
Who?
Toro Yano from New Japan.
Wait, is that the guy with he's like a heavy set dude? He's a comedic guy.
Yeah, he's a funny man.
See, I know some things.
Wife is standing here to get a look at the puppet.
Hi, wife. It's me, Harold. Duh, puppet. I like your hand.
It would fit for Harold nicely.
Easy there, Dave. You can follow me, Harold the Puppet, on Instagram and TikTok, Harold the Puppet, with all underscores. Harold _the _puppet.
I will send my wife all your socials.
It's there.
Yes, Harold just did Grease today in honor of our former friend of the broadcast, Mike Canick.
Shubop, shuada, wada, dippity dip to dip.
Bless you, I think.
No.
So, Joe, have you ever been to the Royal Rumble, by the way?
The Rumble, no.
Yes, you've never been. Hasn't it been like Philly like twice in the last 6 years?
Yeah, it doesn't mean I went.
You should
That's the
totally
only
go.
thing I'll watch now.
I'll say this: I've been to 2 WrestleManias and 3 Royal Rumble, 2 Rumbles,
Never Rumble.
2 Rumbles. The Royal Rumble is the most exciting match in the year, hands down. So, And that brings me to a promotion that we are going to run. So not only are we having the promotion of if you buy a t-shirt or hat between now and the Royal Rumble, Harold will send you a custom thank you video for your purchase. But not only that,
sing a song.
Yes, you are. But not only that, we are having our first ever Nerd Royal Rumble, and the rules will be as follows. We are going to have 30 entrance spots, and basically, and so our patrons will get one free spot, and then it is $5 open to anyone per additional spot. So Joe, if you want in, it's $5. Joe, if your wife wants in, $5 extra. Tom wants in, he's a patron, he's in. Harold wants more spots, he needs to pay. So basically, it is $5 an entrance. Entrance will be assigned a Rumble number 1 through 30, and you will then be represented by that corresponding number in both the women's and men's Royal Rumble. The first Rumble of the evening. So yes, everyone will have 2 opportunities to win, unless you buy more entrants. Then you multiply your chances.
20.
You could.
Random choice somehow by you guys of who gets what numbers, right?
Yes, we will assign.
Just have
we're not.
So nobody can go, here's $5. I want number 27.
Exactly. Ryan, myself, and Nick and Harold are not in the Rumble. We are competing throughout the evening for the Rumble. So basically, if you pay and you enter and you get a number, the first Rumble of the evening, whether it's the men's or the women's, whatever order they do it, the first Rumble winner will get a hat or t-shirt of the Wrestling NRD Broadcast, their choice. The winner of the second Rumble will get not only a shirt or hat of their choosing, they will get to go to WrestleMania to challenge myself, Ryan, Harold, and Nick for the title of King of the Nerds, in which you will have the pleasure of getting your ass kicked by me, DC, the Voice, the Hall of Famer, the future four-time count of 1, 2, 3, 4-time King of the Nerds on the grandest stage of them all, 2 nights in a row. Best of luck, everyone.
I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure Nick remains king.
I mean, this throne, I still got a lot of payments on it still to make. I mean, I put a lot of upgrades here behind me for
that's fine, Baron Corbin.
A lot of pools to keep that up.
I'm not planning on losing this crown anytime soon. So
could happen in Royal Rumble.
One thing I would like to say is I'd like to congratulate Dave on having smoother transitions than Jericho.
Thank you. All those years of community college broadcast journalism finally pays off.
Talking about years, did you know that on your travels you can get a good workout win with DDP yoga? I hate Chris Jericho's transitions into commercials. It's always so weird.
It's always so smooth because, well, depending on the audio, like if they're both together and they both are in the same room recording, he can transition to the commercial so seamless. He's like, yeah, well, I want to hear about all that. You know, I think you're a great competitor. But what I think is another great competitor in the cereal game is Magic Spoon. They're just got all these flavors. I'm like, God damn it, I got him. So
he also says the word workout very weird.
The workouts.
He calls them a workout.
He
goes a workout. He can't say workout. He says workout.
You can't say that in the Harold voice. Is that why you just dipped in there?
I'm trying. Oh,
Harold couldn't get that one out.
Harold's had one too many Sam Adams tonight.
Harold does not drink beer. I had a tasty Gatorade Zero.
Fight the electric company with electrolytes.
Being that I am from Philly, I was downtown a few months ago, and I literally had to stop and take a picture of Steven Singer Jewelers because I literally hate Steven Singer because of Jericho transition. I don't care. I see them billboards everywhere. I don't hate the guy. I don't know him. I hate him because of the Jericho transitions are just so fucking bad.
They're so smooth. You can't
know
those.
They're like, I
also like a Steven Singer ad every 38 seconds on a Conrad podcast.
Joe, did you know that Valentine's Day is just around the corner? And for your wife, you can get a gold-dipped rose. It's a real rose, dipped in real gold from IHateStevenSinger.com. Cut out the middleman. Come see IHateStevenSinger.com and show your wife you think she's just okay with a gold-dipped rose that no one wants.
Hey, Steven.
other corner of 8th and
That first
Chestnut.
one was free.
You smell that? Of course you don't, because you can't smell the cat turds. Because of the Arm & Hammer self-clumping cat litter down the pet aisle at your local grocery store.
Speaking of grocery stores, that's where you can go to get your favorite Sam Adams Winter Lager, sponsor of the Wrestling NRD Broadcast. Someday.
Come on, baby. I'll take it.
You're
Speaking
not even
of
drinking one. You
sponsorships.
can't get the sponsorship. You ain't drinking one, dude.
Because I need to
This is going to be
hydrate.
the episode. This is going to be the episode they watched and be like, you know what? Fuck Dave.
Wow. Okay. Jesus. You know what, Joe? Fine.
Dave,
You know
no.
No,
You
Joe.
should not be drinking. You're not feeling well today. But Joe, while Dave is gone, let's talk business.
I'm here.
Joe, you sell
Product
micro
placement.
brawler protective cases. That's pretty cool. How did you find out how to get those?
A buddy of mine works in like packaging of things, and I gave him a micro. I forget what he wanted. He saw something I had. It was one of the crate brawlers. I gave him one, like one of the early carded ones, and he went through his work and like, yo, dude, these will work, and hooked me up with like, 15 of them, whatever he gave me, and then since then I've just been ordering cases of them through him.
And
You
you already
even have them up for sale anymore?
Yes, to do, fully stocked.
You just posted
They
them
are.
like last week.
And they're on eBay and available through PayPal. What are you looking at over there?
Ryan
my wife
Barkin's giving him death stares across the room.
PayPal, Venmo. I don't use Zelle. Don't cash at me. They're $5 for $13 ship, $13.50 shipped anywhere in the United States, $10 for $16 plus priority shipping. And I'll get them out to you. So let me know.
Those cases make great holders for the cards, folks. For you loose collectors out there, but you want to keep the card, I keep all of mine in the protective cases. So when I fill up my next case, just like that, I will gladly need to buy more from Joe. Will you sell them by the individual? Like if I send you $5, can you mail me one?
Yeah, I actually had a bunch of people message me on eBay about it. Like, oh, can I buy one? I don't need 5. I only have this one signed Danhausen I need a thing for. Which I'm all right. So I just last week I actually put up a lot of a listing for single ones.
Uh-huh.
I forget how much I put on that, but eBay prices don't count because message me on Facebook and you'll get it cheaper.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. There we go, everyone. If you need an individual case, LemonHead is your guy.
Got to protect them.
Well, because Pro Wrestling Tees doesn't sell them anymore.
No.
And, we like Pro Wrestling Tees, but Joe is a friend of the show. So let's support our friends. Hit up Joe LemonHead and get your micro brawler safety case.
Yeah.
Or Chris Eastwood is also a employee at Pro Wrestling Tees, and he has my cases at his workstation holding his brawlers in Pro Wrestling Tees.
Friend of the show, Chris Eastwood.
Yes, friend of the show.
Episode of I don't know what episode it was.
It was, I want to say 31, 32, 33.
Long
He was
time
in
ago.
that range. He was 31. Boom. Got it right the first time. So.
Hey, Joe, do you have a favorite micro brawler?
That is
The wedding
that's
ones.
a tough question. I don't know. Probably the second Danhausen.
What? With the cape?
Yes.
Did you order the Summerhausen?
Yes, I ordered
Way too.
a couple of them because I'm hoping to get the chase.
I was gonna say, I'm curious how that chase is gonna look. I would assume the cape is just a different color, probably.
Maybe he'll be in black and white.
Now, do you do that with most micro brawlers you order? Order a couple of them that will have chases?
The pre-orders, I think for most pre-orders, I just order 2. Because honestly, you can order 2, you keep 1, You wait a week, you sell the other one. Somebody missed out. You make your money back, and then, like, it's 3 months later, but it's basically a free brawler.
There you go. Essentially. So, and would you ever like? Is there anything that is like happened with micro brawlers that you've just been like, that's it, I'm done with it? Like, have you come close to? Because we've seen a lot of people like, all right, that's it, purging my collection. They released the 16th Matt Cardona brawl. I'm not having this. Like, is there anything that has upset you in the micro brawler community other than the micro brawler community itself?
Honestly, I think the move to the carding was the right move. They look a lot better. They actually look like a real product now. It's not something you get in the dollar store that's in a baggie with some staples.
Definitely.
Ever since then, when they went to the slip cover thing, that's even better because I know, Dave, you're a Lucy guy, but if you ever want to put them back in package, you can.
I can't because I've thrown out all the plastic. So if anyone buys a Midtown card brawler from me, it is clearly saran wrapped. I'm sorry.
You're just a silly person, but other people, if you want to do it, like
Ryan can now touch brawlers. It's incredible.
Yep. First time ever.
Like Ryan hasn't even opened his security breach letter from Pro Wrestling Tees.
Nope.
Minted envelope.
The king gave me the idea to keep that minted envelope. I'm doing
still have not received a security breach.
Ryan is going to literally get like an eviction notice at his house one day, and they're gonna be like, "No, sir, we're taking the house. You haven't paid any bills."
Mint on card.
I haven't even opened my house.
What? Yeah, I don't open my house.
Yeah, he's actually on the outside of his house right now. He's just got a lawn like light. He can't open the door. His wife has to let him in. But,
like a weird idea, I can't open things.
I don't care how many Cardonas or Myers or whatever they make, because if I don't want it, I don't have to buy it.
Exactly.
There you go. That's why I only have one in.
Like, do I think I personally at this point don't need any more Matt Cardonas. I'll probably still buy them, but I don't need more.
We need the Cardona in the Effie jacket. We need that.
No, we need Effie in the Effie jacket.
Exactly.
Yeah, that too.
But 2 full sets of the 5-pack. That's how I got the wedding brawlers.
There you go.
You know he's gonna make a death match one. You know, I mean, you could just name
probably.
You know they're coming.
Wouldn't surprise me.
True.
I'll buy it. Put it next.
One thing I've noticed is you don't get a Cardona without getting a Myers, because it's going to go in the, it's got their logo in it now, so you're not going to make one without the other. You're at least going to get 2 every time. Now you're probably going to get 3 because of Smart Mark.
It's true.
And frankly, like I said earlier, I was alwawas a big Hawkins guy. So I'll be buying all the Myers ones, so why not get the Cardonas? And Broski don't bother me. I mean, some things, whatever, but you don't really bother me. I know some people, Dougie hates them.
I enjoy the podcast. I listen to I don't think I've ever missed an episode since we started the podcast.
Their history of the Bendies is very fun to watch. And it blew by. I'll say this, the history of the Hasbros and the history of the LJNs took me a while. I think I watched the Bendies in one day because it just flew by that history episode.
I mean, honestly, I think I've said this before in an earlier episode, but their podcast is the whole reason I even started collecting micro brawlers, because I started listening to their podcast, to start some kind of collection, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do Elite, but I was like too far in. I started seeing the prices, and I was like, well, I ain't doing that. And stuff. And then I seen it was like really early in the micro brawler line, and at that time, it was 1 a month in the crate, and I was like, see, that's easy. It's an easy commitment, just 1 a month.
Yeah, I mean,
stuff. So
if you got in early enough, even if you had to play some catch up on eBay, $200 and you're caught up, and it's
you got exactly like
pretty much.
I got in after, like I said, I got in after Raven and Dreamer, so I was already pretty late.
There was like waves already in the
there was everything. Generally was still pretty cheap, except for Piper, Bulldog was even still kind of cheap. I just never grabbed one because it was like $90 and now it's like 300. And
I just sold my Piper and Bulldog.
Not to me.
No,
Ooh.
I think Crossley got
Ooh.
one, and
I
then
thought
someone
we were,
else got.
I thought we were
Bulldog.
friends, H2P.
I know. I put it in the posting in the group, and I don't think that you had responded.
You put it in the post, you put it in your mouth, but you didn't put out the good word to Joe LemonHead.
Those never made it in my mouth. I keep the expensive ones out of my mouth, except Owen Hart, because I don't ever want to sell Owen Hart.
You'd sooner sell Owen Carpenter than before you sell Owen Hart.
I would never sell the Prince of the podcast.
You there, Neil?
Could you imagine? Like Harold just one day, like, yeah, baby for sale. And he's like, what are you doing? Take this down.
I don't think Linda's gonna go for that. Harold's gonna be.
You never know. Just
I don't
wait.
want that wrath from Linda.
Dick, would you at least leave him, allow Harold to leave the post up to see how much you could get?
Got to do an auction, man.
I could probably get you an X-Pac, a Billy Gunn, and the Wedding Brawlers.
I don't know.
You just have to cut off three. You have to just cut off 3 limbs. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Your
These are made out of
choice.
foam.
Oh, by the way, I don't think we've ever
Off
given
the black market of human sales.
Yes. Let's go back to Magic Spoon. But speaking of magical, I do have to give Joe credit because I think I've told this story before. Because I watched back recently before we get to our top 3 Tuesday. I watched back all the old episodes this past week to create the master list of all our top 3 Tuesdays. And on that first episode, we talk about our favorite brawlers that are in our collection. And I talk about the Hangman Page being in mine. And I have to give you credit, Joe, because you were such a supporter of me when I was like in the market for Hangman. I was like, I'm paying no more than $40. And you're like, there's a listing right now. And I go for it. I'm like, just in this hunt. And I remember I finally won the eBay auction. And he's like, did you get it? I was like, I got it. And you were so supportive of me. You even sent me Tommy Dreamer just out of the goodness of your heart.
6 of them. You said you didn't have one.
I don't.
I bought a bunch of grab bags, and Dreamer was just plentiful as fucking grab bags at the time.
I appreciate that. I kept getting Bruiser Brody and Raven, so I just gave them to Margaret. I was like, here you go, start your own collection. And yes, one day we will watch Moose wrestle live together and yell Lucy Moosey together. It will happen. But as I did mention, the master list, you're so good with that, Ryan. You really are. But as I did mention, that we now have a master list of our top 3 Tuesday, and we've only repeated twice. We've missed 8 times, I think it was, I said. There was just 8 episodes we didn't do, but I think they were interviews. They were just like, it started with Stank, and it just went so well that we just didn't have a top 3 Tuesday.
Always force it in if we don't have to.
Yes, we can. But so our top 3 Tuesday today was chosen as usual by our guest, Joe LemonHead. And it is, what do we say it is? 90s action TV
shows.
90s action TV shows.
It's not a repeat thing, because we've not done this one yet.
We have not done this.
Awesome. We'll mark it
We've
down.
only repeated twice on episode, what was it, 13 and 32, when we were just given the choice of whatever brawler you want. Everybody else has come up with an original idea.
Week to week, so.
So, yes. So, yes, Joe, do you want to go first or do you want to go last? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Ooh.
And then we'll let you pick the order as well.
Oh.
Ooh.
Just make Dave go last.
Well, I got to go last.
This
you
is
mean to people.
extra special powers here. So my top 3, number 3 would be Lorenzo Lamas from Renegade, the character Reno Reigns, motorcycle, everything badass, long hair, bounty hunter, great show.
Okay.
Number 2 would be Mitch Buchanan, David Hasselhoff, Baywatch.
Okay.
I think you have to get a Baywatch in there. And as we said, some of the girl brawlers kind of suck. So I thought about Pamela Anderson, but I don't want painted on eyes.
Oof.
And number 1, the Highlander, Duncan MacLeod.
Ooh, very good.
That's
Okay.
kind of like
I think I just spoiled Crossley's list twice.
2 of them.
Woo.
Art left. I had 7, so I got 5 options.
Okay.
He comes prepared.
I feel Also, Joe, I was going to say Highlander. That's kind of like Micro Brawler completist right now. I mean, we're kind of getting to their community lately.
Yeah.
And it's Ryan Barkin. Ryan Barkin will always be number one.
That's honestly, I saw when he said something about that, he can make whatever he wants, so he's the only one who's ever going to have stuff. I was like, there's really no point in going 100% when
he's going to release a one-of-one Barkin Brawler one day. I guarantee it. Like when he just snaps, he's going to make it.
Well, my great idea before they closed the store down was to make a one-on-one Ryan Barkin, put it in a display case that people can come and take photographs with for like $5.
No, I said you can make the one-of-one. You have to come see it in Chicago. No photos.
Yeah,
we don't even know what it says.
Make a one-of-one. Like eventually, I think they'll expand again and probably open a retail up again. Like because they started out small, got a little bigger. Like eventually, I think they'll go back that route.
Yep.
I would hope anyway, because I never got to see it, so that's just wishful thinking.
Yep.
But I could imagine like a one-of-one 8-up Ryan Barkin. It would weigh like 309 pounds.
Life size.
And just be big as shit.
That would be amazing too.
Like the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. He's just like there. He's doing the Triple A's with him.
The old wrestling buddies.
I like
that. It would dwarf Harold.
Hey, I'm pretty tall.
He's 6'10" with his shoes off.
Yeah.
I don't
Camera
have
doesn't do
shoes, Dave.
I know. That's why I said with your shoes off. So, Joe, who will you have go next?
I picked the order.
Yes, you get to pick who goes next.
H2P is going to go next.
Yeah, baby.
Who didn't sell you a Piper? The guy who didn't sell, or the puppet who didn't sell you a Piper?
Easy,
Wow.
My wife likes the puppet.
Yeah. I'm a hit with the ladies. You hear that, fellas? You're welcome. I'm hitting your female market.
The female demographic getting brought in by Harold.
The demographic. All right, my top 3 1990s action something or other from the television
shows.
Number 1 from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Alpha 5. The robot. Oh my gosh, it's me, Alpha 5. There's an emergency. That's what it sounds like, I think. My number 2 and my number 3 are both cartoons, but they're action cartoons. Number 2, Static Shock. I think that was the 90s.
I've never seen that.
It's about a black guy who's got the power of electricity, and he's a teenager, and I think he's pretty cool.
Oh, Static Shock is good.
I think I saw it on TV for free, yeah.
I have never seen this.
He's a pretty cool-looking guy. Pull up the picture, Dave.
I thought you said Hispanic or maybe Spahic Shock at first, but...
No.
Okay.
Apparently Michael B. Jordan is going to be producing a remake or something, producing a movie of Static Shock.
That's a pretty cool
Static Shock was also a crossover character at one point, I believe, into Batman Beyond.
Speaking of Batman Beyond, my number 3 is Batman from Batman Beyond.
Good choice. Solid choice right there.
That's just such a cool looking character. I think as a brawler, it would be bad. But
all right.
Nice.
So is that your 3, right? That we hit 3?
Yep,
Yeah.
That's 3, Dave.
Solid 3.
1, 2, and then 3.
Well, there you go. So Joe, who is next?
So let's see. See, this is where it gets difficult because see, 2 of you are in states that I absolutely loathe, and Nick's in Florida.
I thought it was going to be Nick. I thought Ryan was
from Maryland, right? You're from Maryland.
Also, you're an Eagles fan. I know it's probably not going to help my.
He's a Washington football team
I'm
fan.
a Washington soon-to-be Commanders fan.
Oof.
From Maryland, so you're at least close enough. So I'm going to give it to the founding father.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Terrible.
All right. Well, nobody really took. I mean, I got 3. I got 3 good ones. We're gonna start off with my man Chuck Norris, Walker, Texas Ranger, because Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. Chuck Norris pushes the earth.
Ah, waiting for
Chuck
somebody
Norris's
to.
penis has a Hemi.
And then, of course, you can't go wrong with Xena, warrior princess, with her.
Ah!
And then finally, a staple of my Saturday mornings, the Tick.
Ooh, I haven't thought of the Tick in a long
That's
time. Great
good.
call.
I have
Okay.
the Tick live action series on DVD.
Amazing. I love the Tick.
Whoa!
I have a set of the Tick Pogs, including the Slammer. I still have them upstairs in my room
You
somewhere.
would like Wrestling Nerd Podcast Pogs? Just comment below and say, I want the Pogs.
Oh my God, yes.
Big Pog Slammers. Yeah, we're gonna-
Harold could be the Slammer, and
Yeah.
just like, yeah, you got to flip your favorite nerds over.
it can happen.
I
Just-
saw a tick once.
Yikes. That's
On
not
you?
good.
No, not. I don't go in nature.
Okay. I think
Harold,
Margaret
where's
should
Blake?
be the slammer, though.
What's that?
I said Margaret should be the slammer, smashing all the nerds.
That's true. Jerk.
Expensive hack. Hey, sorry, on the tick, you said, is that the first series they did? The singular, like the one that's not on Amazon now?
I just remember the one when I did like the actual guy in the costume, like the live action one I remember as a kid being on TV. I don't know which one it was.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's
now-
the cartoon way back in the day.
Yeah.
And then the live action, I think, was what Patrick Warburton played the Tick.
yeah, I love that one's great. The Amazon one is that was good.
So who goes next? Is it Ryan or myself?
Again, two of you are from states that I absolutely hate.
I'm sorry that you hate New York and California so much.
One of you elected Arnold Schwarzenegger governor, so that
Oh, did we lose you? Did we lose your
I
audio?
can't hear anything.
I can't hear
Rock.
anything, Jim. Whoop.
you there? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Crossley's up next.
Oh, boo,
No.
boo.
That's
Save,
right, boo.
save the best for last.
Okay, I didn't go with cartoons, just I don't know, make it a little more difficult, just to make sure I didn't know the rules. I had
I
7.
honestly wasn't even thinking cartoons, but I'll allow it because there were some
Okay.
really good picks there.
No, I didn't go cartoons. If it'd probably be the normal picks for me, but I had 7. Joe took 2. Harold took 2. I only have 3 left, so I will give you those. I have Kevin Sorbo, Hercules,
Okay.
and then I have what is it? The Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Dean Cain, Terry Hatcher.
1-2, Dean Kane. You're getting Clark and Lois.
Yeah,
I love
Wow.
it.
Okay.
I thought about Clark
Mhm.
because I'm also a huge Superman fan, and that was one of my favorite shows as a kid.
I have.
George Dean Tanaka as Superman there. Yes, he's half Japanese. Played football for drafted by the Buffalo Bills. So yeah, Dave, you can go now.
Yes. Now that you can acknowledge me as your soon-to-be four-time king of the nerds, your tribal chief of the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast, everyone. So I saw action TV dramas, didn't think cartoons one dang bit. And because we are a wrestling show, I decided to throw a wrestling element in there, which is why I went with Robert J. Hurricane Spencer from Thunder in Paradise, aka Hulk Hogan. I'm shocked nobody took that one, but I also have good taste in TV.
I just love Highlander. So
You did say action TV drama, so I thought of a very dramatic show that usually led into Monday Night Raw when I was a child, and that is Murder, She Wrote. So I'm saying we should go with a Jessica Fletcher micro brawler. That's a solid brawler right there.
My wife's
if
downstairs
Evan was
watching.
still
the race.
alive, she would be very proud of you.
Kathleen, my other sister, Conrad loves Murder, She Wrote. And then I do edit the show, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna allow this. I'm going to go with a man we lost this weekend. Sorry if you didn't know already. I'm going to go with Danny Tanner from Full House because it is one of the most dramatic shows. There's plenty of action in it.
That's a
Danny
sitcom,
Tanner
dude.
from Full
That-
House. And if that's not going to fly, I'm going to go with Nikita from La Femme Nikita, baby, because I remember watching that.
Don't get me wrong there, aren't you, Dave?
Because I remember
One of the
watching like that.
examples I gave you to use for the purposes of explaining exactly what I meant, instead of using a character who was blatantly against the rules and from a sitcom, such as Bob Saget, who I love, native Philadelphian, by the way, in Danny Tanner. Okay, Dave, I'll allow it.
This is why we don't like Dave being the king. He always changes the rules on us.
I don't cheat. I'm
You
honoring
just
a man.
cheated.
I am
No,
honoring
I
a
made him
man.
set it straight.
If you wanted Bob Saget in action, you could have at least said America's Funniest Home Videos, because there's actually action. Like when the little kid kicks his dad in the nuts, or when a little kid hits his T-ball in his dad's nuts, or when the little kid hits his dad's nuts with a hockey stick.
So now we're going to go to Double
chasing
J's.
his little kid.
We're going to go to Double J's highlight reel right now.
Dude, that dude, man, he bit me on the face earlier.
Oof.
Just walked
Not your
over,
face.
unprovoked. We're sitting here watching Lilo and Stitch,
Oh,
and he
classic.
just like bit my left eyebrow.
Oh. How old is your son?
2. He'll be 2. He'll actually be 2 on Wednesday.
Oh, beautiful.
You got to spray him with some hot sauce. That'll teach him.
By the
Don't
way,
mind.
speaking of hot sauce, Pat's or Geno's?
I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it here, but that is a Geno's Steaks tattoo.
Whoa.
I'll say this. When I went to that Flyers game, or not, no, it was a different game. We got one from Pat's and one from Geno's and split them. They taste exactly the same, folks. Just take your pick. That's my out of town opinion. I'm sorry.
Major difference is on a cheesesteak if you prefer your meat whole or if you like it cut up. And now there's a lot of people, jackasses in Philadelphia. Oh, if you like either of them, you ain't really from Philly. They're tourist attractions. Yeah, they're tourist attractions now because of what they've been for 50 goddamn years.
Yep.
And if I'm going to go down there if I were someone in your shoes as a tourist, am I going to go to the one that actually looks clean and has bright lights, or the dingy one across the street?
Dingy, baby.
Although, similar to the story I told you before when we went to the Flyers game and they the Devils eliminated them in 2012. Prior to going to the arena, we went to a place called the Happy Birthday Bar. I don't know if that rings a bell to you, but it's like right there. Yes. So first of all, I'm the only one in my friends group who's of age to drink. Yet we all had beers.
Is that Al's Happy Birthday Bar?
Maybe, I think so. Because a lady like,
Who's
oh,
Al's?
Devils fans, come on in. I thought she owned the place. No, she's just drinking. Like, come on in.
Oh,
And
it's
so-
a friendly place. I've been in there.
Very friendly place. But as we were leaving, the bartender goes, bye guys, enjoy the game. And some woman sitting there in a Flyers t-shirt goes, I hope you guys get stabbed.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, friendly people here in
So,
Philadelphia.
they're batteries of Santa Claus, man.
They're dangerous folks.
No,
They're
no.
dangerous.
Okay, listen. We threw batteries at JD Drew. And who the hell decided to have battery night? They were giving out batteries
What a bad
at a
idea.
stadium that had a court, like a court of law in the basement. That's a real thing. We have jail at our stadiums.
Riot punch.
We threw snowballs at Santa because Santa Claus was fucking drunk and sucked at his job. And like
That was not Santa then. That was an imposter.
That was Zanta.
look that up. Santa was intoxicated. Santa was a dude they pulled out of the stands who was hammered. And he got pelted with snowballs because he was like falling down drunk.
Oh, jeez.
We catch a
That's
bad
not my
rap.
friend Santa. That's just some talentless hack. I
couldn't
know
think-
Santa, and he would never
That
do
was Santa Claus.
I couldn't think of a better way to start the second half of 50 episodes than with the Herald and this Drunk Santa, terrible TV shows, and somebody needs to acknowledge me as the future king of nerds. It's going to happen, folks. So yes, Joe, do you have any social medias you'd like to plug? A YouTube channel, business? I don't care. Whatever you want.
If you just want micro brawler cases, hit me up.
There you go, everyone. So hit up Joe LemonHead on Facebook for if you need any brawler cases. Don't forget, we are having our Royal Rumble Royal Rumble contest. $5 an entrant. Enter as many times as you want until we fill up the spots. 9 patrons already in, or 10. I'm sorry. And so yes, 10 entrants already declared. So
sons and wives allowed of hosts of the show.
You've got to be able to make your own picks.
What is it?
Owen cannot make his own picks.
I took my son and I took like toys and I assigned them like certain values. Like, this is for this person and this is whatever or whatever.
You got to pay to be in. If you're gonna pay, that's fine. Yes, we got to film that. So we'll get a ruling on that. So yes, Royal Rumble contest. Buy the merchandise. ProWrestlingTees.com/The Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. Follow us on Instagram, The Wrestling Nerd Broadcast, Facebook and Twitter at WNRDB. Patreon.com/WNRDB. Where if you do pledge before the Rumble and all the spots are filled, you will get an entrant into the Royal Rumble to take us on at WrestleMania. So until next time, on behalf of myself,
I have one more thing here. Since Ryan went through so much trouble as to dress the set for Roman Reigns, this is a part of my next collection. So here we have a basic WWE figure. I mean, you see Roman Reigns on the back of the package, but
Apollo Crews.
I've began a Carmella collection. She was a Laker girl. I'm a Lakers fan. We share the same birthday.
California.
That's why you picked before Dave.
Okay.
So when the Nets play the Lakers in the NBA Finals, I'm going to make the same invitation to you as I made to Michael Camp, who's a Suns fan. If they play in the NBA Finals, will you go to Brooklyn with me? Would you pay to see that game? That's a lot of money right there. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Lakers final.
Lakers Nets in the finals.
I don't care who the opponent is. It's a Lakers final game.
I've been to the Lakers finals in 2002 when they played the Nets at the Continental Airlines Arena. I saw Kobe hold up the trophy. I hated it.
So obviously I'm from Philly. So when they played the Sixers, I watched all 5 games at my buddy's house. And after game 1, when the Sixers won, everyone's talking all kinds of shit. And I'm just like, guys, wait, that's one game. We have Kobe. We have Shaq. And everybody was silent the rest of the series.
Gotta love Philly, folks. So, yes. And we love our guest from Philly, Mr. Joe LemonHead, this evening. So, yes, on behalf of myself, the voice, future king, the current king, the founding father, Mr. Nick Carpenter, the Micro Brawler scholar, Mr. Ryan Crossley, the commissioner of the broadcast, Mr. Harold the Puppet, and his friend Carlos El Puppet, El Luchador, and of course, Mr. Lemonhead himself, Joe Clegg, as he pounds that Yingling, Hershey Porter, and Fred Rogers. Don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because, like Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone, and God bless America.